Hello, my name is Yunela Sipene and I am currently working as a data analyst in the communications department of the Foschini Group. Today I will be taking you through my office environment, who I am as a manager in my space, my management experience from an analysis perspective, how I integrate and incorporate different management theories, the challenges I face, and what I have learned during my time in this role. I will lastly touch on the future of management and digital transformation in my department and how leadership is within technology-driven spaces. Join me on this journey. Let's explore. I work on an internal AI system called Ubic. This system is used as a communication platform for all TFG brands across the continent and worldwide. This is where different brands such as your Foshinis, your Fabianis, your Markham engage with their many stores in pursuit of delivering and ensuring that operational tasks are completed on time and correctly. An example of these communications would be that of an urgent price change to remain competitive. Should a store miss the mark and deadline, we stand a risk of losing an unmentionable number of customers. Therefore, there is grave importance for strict management, which also makes use of proactive measures rather than reacting to aid avoidable mishaps. My current role gives me daily exposure to organizational systems, reporting processes, and communication challenges which affect the organization as a whole, while also contributing immensely to how I view management as a process. Because I work with data drawn from communication systems such as Ubic, my analysis has a direct impact on holistic operational decision making, and working in such a challenging space requires one to emphasize on accountability, discretion, and constant protection of company data. Not only that, employees working within a fast-paced industry like retail require constant learning and development. With the constantly changing technology of today, as a manager, competitive advantage becomes a high priority. My duty goes beyond advising or supervising people. Management is a powerful tool used to create structure, ensure accountability, and that teams understand how their activities contribute to the organization's goals at large. Management comes a number of challenges, and in using Ubic, one challenge that I have observed is the inconsistent capturing of data, the lack of uniform standardization of compiling information so as to ensure that the data is reliable, usable, and of high quality in terms of its use, to determine powerful insights which contribute to decision making. One of my priorities has been strengthening process discipline throughout TFG brands and departments by ensuring that communication standards are clearly understood and consistently applied. In the beginning of our session, I had briefly mentioned that I would touch on management theories and how I apply them in ensuring that my leadership is furnished with adaptation, flexibility, and agility. When naming conventions are inconsistent, the control function becomes important because clear standards help ensure that outputs remain reliable across teams. My approach here is to apply the Henry Fayol administrative management principle, especially planning, organizing, coordinating, and controlling. As a manager, I have the responsibility to create a culture where people understand that following systems forms part of professional accountability. So I pay close attention to organizational culture because a constant repeat of inconsistency reflects behavioral habits within a team. And it will never make sense to be a communications division that is bad at communicating. Another management theory I have been applying has to be the contingency theory. It is particularly relevant because all management solutions need to adapt to the situations around it. Change is constant and inevitable. It is of utmost importance that our response rates and approaches are agile. Incomplete data cannot always be solved with one standard response. So as managers, we have to assess context, identify the root cause, apply sense making, and decide whether the issue requires training, a system adjustment, or maybe just closer monitoring. Last but not least, When managing a team, it is vital to understand what drives individuals, so as to ensure that their needs are met for optimum productivity and results. The motivation theory guides my approach substantially because experts have alluded that people are more likely to comply when they understand the purpose behind the process. In managing my team, I make certain to communicate how accurate reporting supports larger organizational decisions so that compliance becomes meaningful rather than simply procedural. In essence, the major challenges which I face as a manager include inconsistent data quality, process non-compliance, and digital dependent on systems that sometimes produce incomplete information, which then later requires extensive human interaction. I strongly believe that a good manager needs to prioritize solving both technical and human problems simultaneously. Thank you for watching my video. I hope that you thoroughly enjoyed it and learned something new today. Goodbye.